Hi, everyone. This is William from Montreal. If you're visiting my business page for the first time, I want to say thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here with us in this Go Live. Today, we have a special guest that will be coming on shortly. But before that, I would like to say that we are a community of business owners. What we do is that we help people who are looking to start up and to run a legitimate digital online business. This is what we do. And I mean, if you're looking to pay off rent or you are looking to uh, probably save up for retirement or just want to have more time for your family and friends, I would say that this is a perfect platform for you to do all that. All you just need to do is on this post, I'm going to put the links to the websites where you can register, and then you watch the free online workshop or webinar and make an educated decision for yourself if this business is for you. So without further ado, fly with. Yes, PEI. That's where we're headed today. And we're with Heather. How you doing, Heather?
Good. Hi, Will. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, very well. Thank you so much for the time being here with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I love the intro too, by the way.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I try to make my guests feel special.
That's awesome.
Great. Can you just introduce yourself to our listeners so they know who they are listening to?
Yeah, absolutely. So, hi, everybody. I'm Heather, and I am from Prince Edward Island, Canada, East Coast of Canada. I am a mom, a wife. I am an administrative professional for the last 25 plus years, I guess, and now a digital business owner.
Great, great,
Yeah.
great. Side question: 25 years. How
Mm.
has it been that you've been in the same position 25 years?
Well, varying roles, same career choices, I guess. So yeah, no, it's
Okay.
good. I thought
I
you were
get,
gonna say why 25 years.
yeah,
How's it 25 years?
yeah. I guess if you love what you do, I mean, it's you can
Yeah,
spend more.
I've been very fortunate. So yeah,
That's great. Awesome. So I come to my first question.
yeah,
What really happened? What's the story behind you starting an online business or looking to start
sure,
an online business?
sure. So believe it or not, all I was looking for was a way to make a little extra every month or take in a little extra every month without sacrificing more time away from my family. So, and a backup plan in some uncertain times. But
Yeah.
that's how it started, and then I guess the rest kind of just fell into my lap. Really, the rest of my journey, but. The way it happened for me was I actually came across an ad, and it was a lady whose story just resonated with me, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
and I kept following along with her journey for a little bit longer, and before I had decided to check anything out. And then when I got to that point and I did check things out, then I was like, wow, this is now it was more right than
Yeah.
the opportunity for a little um, extra every month. It turned into the potential and the opportunity for my long-term goals, right? So
Yeah.
that was exciting. That was very exciting for me. And so I can't really say that I wasn't necessarily looking for online, but now that I look back, it makes sense, right? To in order to accomplish what I was trying to accomplish, it did make sense. But I guess if you had asked me a year ago if I'd be working online, I probably would have told you you were crazy. I never thought that it was really a possibility for me, I guess, and
Yeah.
but and I was always a little skeptical online. But I'm very grateful that I found this opportunity. So and
Yeah.
that's how I got here. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Actually, it's more or less the same story like myself.
Yeah.
When I found or rather saw the ad, on
Mm-hmm.
social media, I wasn't really looking for a business online.
Yep.
It just came up. And when I saw it, listened to her story and I said, wow, is it possible? Is this possible? Because I've
Exactly.
tried and I couldn't, find any substantial, business online,
Yep.
that I could rely on. And Mela, I saw, I say, is this possible? So, I just went to her, website, signed up, and then, I saw what she was saying, and I said, yes, this is
Exactly.
real. This is real.
Yeah, for sure.
it
Yeah.
would be it would be crazy if I don't get into this.
Yeah. I totally
Also,
understand.
second question is,
Yeah.
why this particular online business? Why not other online business?
Well, now that I've been doing it, there's so many things I like about it. But if I was to go back to say where how I made my choice, um, the business model itself was it's just incredible in that I let me get this straight. So I can own my own business where, the majority of I'll say the techie stuff, the back end, the things that, one that I don't know how to do on my own and I probably couldn't afford to do on my own. The
Yeah,
majority of that was all done for me, right? So then it was
yeah,
the
yeah,
other, the other, say, 10% was left up to myself, which was the attraction marketing. And that right there and that little package was enough for me to keep looking. And then when I mentioned about my long-term goals, the other thing I really liked about it was you're not location dependent. So for me, part of my
yeah,
long-term goal is we're going to have kids and we have families spread across, 5 or 6 provinces, and to be able to go and take my business with me and
yeah,
while I travel and do that, that was huge. Um, Another thing was the automation, right? Like
yeah.
how cool is that? It's for
That's
me
true.
at currently right now as I'll say a side hustle, to have that building and growing for me in the background 24/7 while I'm at my 9 to 5 or while I am visiting my kids, and that's working for me is fantastic.
Yeah,
But and I will say the other is the legitimacy where I was able to actually validate that in that I got to talk to real people and people
yeah.
who actually didn't live that far from me. So um,
Awesome.
yeah, so there was that part, and I guess another that I absolutely love is the coaching, the mentor, and having the support. Right, like
Yeah,
that's just having someone else that's already gone through and has the experience and sharing that with you. That's just invaluable. So
yeah,
um, that was a big feature
yeah.
for me.
That's what you just mentioned is a very, very important point because in my previous ventures online, if you have to, get a mentor, or a coach,
Yep,
you have to pay extra.
that's right.
Extra.
Yeah,
And when I say extra, I'm talking in the thousands.
yeah,
And in this, once you join in, from day one, you have a business mentor and a business coach, and you
yep,
don't pay anything extra for it.
that's
You
right.
know, I it's something which when I saw this, I said this is a real good business model that the founders of this
Hmm.
business they've created for us,
Yep.
as for us business owners. You talked about the automation. It is phenomenal. It is phenomenal because I tried doing something online like web design, and before I could even start my business to
Hmm.
even get to anywhere, I need to know a lot of things.
Yeah,
And with
for
this,
sure.
business, I don't need to do any of that. The content creation is done, the website is done, the email marketing is done, the
Hmm.
automation is done. Everything is all automated, you know,
Yep.
and you don't have to sell anything. The system does all the selling for you.
Love that. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And it's constantly updated too, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
huge, which
And the
is
training as well is awesome. It's awesome. Anybody that goes through that training, definitely you become a pro by the time you go through the whole thing.
fantastic. And it's fun. It's
Yeah,
fun,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Third question:
Yeah.
is there a qualification to becoming a digital online business owner? Do you think there's a qualification?
So in terms of previous experience, the techie experience, I'll say no. and like you had said, the training is phenomenal. So if you follow along with that, there's that part of it is not an issue. I guess for me, I will say is that I think it's important to note that it's this is an opportunity to own your own business, right? So
Yeah.
it's not an online job. So I in saying that, I would say, commitment, dedication, and consistency, right? Because now you're your own boss, and you set your own schedule. So as long as you stay
Yeah.
plugged in, and you're coachable, and you're willing to learn, and open-minded, right? So I know for me that was huge, because for me this is very different. It's not what I was used to. So it took me a while to get my head wrapped around things, and but yeah, I think. Oh, and the other thing, is as long as you have your laptop, your Wi-Fi, or your internet connection, and a cell phone,
Yeah.
you're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
In other words, from what I hear from you is you have to be passionate about what you want.
Yep.
Because if you weren't passionate, I don't think you would have overcome those those times when you feel like, can I do this?
That's right. That's right. And the other great thing about that is that is another part in our training where it is very focused on self growth, right, and development,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's good, and mindset, and yeah. So
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. And my fourth question is, what would you advise someone who is looking to join this online business?
so I would say, first of all, just as it was for me, it's make your own informed choices, right? Like, get your information, and there is no rush. Um, and it's, best what's for you, right? So, the other thing is to reach out to Will. We do have the live sessions, as you had mentioned, and
Yeah.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, and take your time, and there's no rush. And I really enjoyed those live sessions, because it's actually, you know, I'll say real people, but the live business owners who are actually doing the business, and you can hear their stories, and get their experiences. And to me, that was
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Great.
here.
Oh,
There we go. Sorry.
okay. Thought I
Yeah,
lost you there.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
Great. My final question
yeah.
is, what country is next on your
Oh
bucket
my
list
goodness. Oh my
to
goodness.
go on vacation?
Oh, I have so many. There's a couple that I've always wanted to go, and one would be Ireland. I always wanted to see that. Um,
Nice.
and But I will have to say that probably on my shorter list, as things start to open again, and we
Yeah.
have very good friends that I have never been to their place in the States, and within our own country in Canada, I want to go
Yeah.
west, and the mountains,
Yeah.
and hit Vancouver Island at some point. But eventually, I would like to. Ireland is on my list.
Awesome.
But I have so
Awesome.
many places I want to go and see.
Yeah, we all have so many places. We're just waiting for this, thing to be lifted. And, I know a lot of business owners are going to be flying here and there and,
Yeah,
spending months in a
yeah,
particular location, and they don't need to bother about, where the money is going to come from, because, the business is doing all that for them.
yeah,
That's the
absolutely.
good thing that I love about this business. Like you rightly say earlier on, you go with, wherever you go, your business goes with you.
Take it with you. Yep, that's
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I love that
it's
too.
great. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
one of the things that I love about this business.
yep. No, you're definitely not location dependent.
Yes,
Yeah, which is
yes.
great. So, yeah,
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Before I let you go, do you have any final words for our listeners today?
yeah. No, just check it out, and reach out to Will, and we can definitely hook you up with the link, and check it out for yourself.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
With that, thank you so much for being here with me, Heather. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me. It was
Thank you
nice to
so
chat
much.
with
And
you.
hopefully, we're going to catch up maybe a year from now. Let's see how things are going with the
I would
business.
love that. Yeah, that would be great.
All
Awesome.
right. Thank you so much.
All right.
Take
Take
care.
care, Will. Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Yes, guys, that's my wonderful guest today. Yeah, I mean, This business is a business which is a no-brainer. Anybody who is looking to start up something that is legitimate, that is taxable, that is recognized by the government, um, it's no-brainer. You have to just check it out. All you need to do is, you register your name and email address in the link which I'm going to be placing on this post, myself and Heather's link, and check it out and see how this business is, and make your decision. Do you want to do this? Is this something for you? Like we always say, you never know unless you try. If you never try, you will never know. But if you try, you say, okay, I've tried it. I know what this is. Is this for me? Can I do it? And then you decide. But if you decide that you want to be part of, this online community of business owners, I want to tell you that, first of all, congratulations. Secondly, you're not going to regret it, because I have been looking for something to do that I can call my own for years. I couldn't find any until I got this business, until I found this business, and I'm not looking back. This is the only thing I do right now. That's why I'm putting my passion, my energy, enthusiasm to, kind of like evangelize this business. Anyone who wants to be part of it, you know, come and join us today, and you're not going to regret it. You're not going to regret it, definitely. So thank you so much, guys, for being here with me today and my guests. Tomorrow we're going to be having another guest also on the show, and I hope to catch you there soon. Take care, everyone. William signing out. Bye for now.